Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Bloomburrow draft here on the channel. We're going to go pick by pick, play by play, talk through everything, so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. Huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for the free preview account, so I could get this recorded for you early. We're going to be doing our utmost here, and our rare is quite nice off the bat. Tender Wild Guide. You can play this on turn 2. You can play this in the late game, and it's going to be awesome. The fact that it's a growing threat when you kind of need it in a board stall and also just like accelerates you is fantastic. So an easy first pick for us here. What else is in the pack? Rabid Gnaw is a really nice card. Targets your own creatures for Valiant. Lets you like hit things. Really nice card. There's also like Nettle Guard can be a big hitter if you have some ways to trigger Valiant. Rust Shield Rampager can be good. And then Nocturnal Hunger is a really good removal spell. Easy to cast and kills anything you need killed. You can even cast it without the life loss if you're willing to give your opponent a food, so that's nice as well. But we're going to take the Wild Guide. After that, I think I would take the Gnaw, then the Hunger, then actually maybe hop to it over the Hunger. Hop to it's really good if you especially are in a tokens deck. And then Hunger, Guard. Pretty happy with the Wild Guide though. On the wild side, the Wild Guide. It's also just flexible. It just fits in every strategy really well. Okay, so we started with a Wild Guide, and then we see a pack that has one green card, Overprotect. The thing is, a lot of the time, this is going to be just like the same as it would have been with +3/+3 and Trample, because Indestructible doesn't necessarily matter as much when your guy is +3/+3 and Trample. Hexproof doesn't necessarily matter as much, but the fact that it has those modes is really nice. You can protect your key threats. So that is tempting. There's also like Plume-Creed Mentor, though I don't want to take a gold card this early, if I can help it. Glide Dive Duo can be good. I'm going to just take Banishing Light, though, I think. I think Banishing Light versus Repel Calamity, the edge should go to the Banishing Light just because it can kill anything. You can kill like 3/3 flyers, whereas Repel Calamity, I know I'm going fast between them, but this is a pretty simple card. This thing can't kill everything you need killed, and Banishing Light can, so I really like this one over that, and there isn't that much enchantment in Artifact Destruction. Like, Nettle Guard does it, but not tons of other things are like running around to get rid of this Banishing Light. I could have also taken the green card. There was a green card I should have talked about at least a little, which was like 3 mana, you can get a land, and it's a food, and then when you sacrifice it, you get another land. But I don't love taking that card second. I just don't think it's a high enough power level. Here, pick 3, there's a Fireglass Mentor, which is good if you're red-black, but we don't have any red or black cards. Life Creed Duo can be really good, but mostly I think for like the Flyers decks or the Bats decks, not necessarily for white-green. There is Parting Gust, which I do want to try. I think you can like reset your creature, protect your guy, and then sometimes be a kill spell, which is definitely nice flexibility, though using this as a kill spell is a bit rough. And overall, this pack is kind of weak, so I'm not sure exactly what I should be taking here. I'm tempted to just take the Life Creed Duo. Maybe lead towards a Flyers deck. I don't really like the Bat here, though if I am in a Bats deck, it's pretty good. I don't love Parting Gust either. I'm just going to take the Life Creed Duo. And now this card fits really well into a white-green tokens deck. There's also a Plume-Creed Mentor. This is like kind of a white-green card. You don't really want it outside of that because you don't have enough tokens otherwise, but Plume-Creed Mentor. I've already passed one of these. I haven't been seeing a lot of green. There's also Hazel's Nocturne, which is like a nice black card. But a bit slow. I haven't seen any blue. I think I'll just take another Life Creed Duo, maybe. I could speculate on this. This card's really good with Offspring stuff. No, I'm just getting the Duo. What the heck? Now there's another Flyer, Strike Force. Heirloom Epic is good with tokens. I'm not loving a lot of these cards. Like, this card's good with the life gain I'm going to have from the Duo. Strike Force is just like a good body. Heirloom Epic can draw me some cards to win the late game. I'm just going to take the Strike Force. Take to the skies. And now we get ahead of the Homestead. This is a perfect pickup. This card's really good with Life Creed Duo. It's going to gain me a lot of life. It makes a bunch of bodies. And it helps me maybe play green-white, which is kind of where I wanted to end up anyway. I think the 1-drop is like more of a constructed card. The 1-mana 1/2 that can get +2/+0 for tokens. Like, it's good in white-green specifically, but I don't think it's great outside of that. Like, a 1-mana 3/2 is good, but if you lose your tokens, it's a 1/2, and I don't know. I've found that it's been kind of hard to win on the draw in this format so far, so I'm going to try to like this strategy out. Maybe this is going to be better because it floods the board. I have some life gain already built in. I do think Duo is at its worst as far as like white decks in this like white-green deck. It's probably better in the white-blue deck, but... And I could still just be a white-blue deck. Like, there's no reason that I can't just play this as like a white card. And Plume Creed Mentor is the best card in this pack. There's also a Rust Shield Rampager, which I like. One of these picks 7 is pretty late, though. I'm just going to take the green card. Feather of Flight now. I'm just going to like try to play as heavy white as I can and then have a few green cards maybe supporting. That blue card is good, but it doesn't play with the cards I have. Like, I don't have any 2-drop ground guys. Nice. Then we get another Rust Shield. I don't think this card's main deckable. So here's what my curve looks like. Early drops. Heaped Harvest. Wow. This is a card that I could have maybe even considered second picking to go with the Wild Guide. High Stride. Mentor. I kind of want to try High Stride. I think it's good with the Rust Shield Rampager. Also good with the Wild Guide. Maybe I go for a little bit of grindiness. That can get back a couple things. Creature counts at 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that can make multiple bodies for 1 card. I think I'm just going to take the Warren Elder. This card's really good. I think it's better than the Knuckle Boxer in my deck. Sure, this will be indestructible, but like this can buff my entire team. And I have lots of cards to make multiple bodies. The Mentor is not as good in my deck, though it's good with the duos. I'd probably consider splashing it. But Elder's just more important. I think Elder's one of the best cards for green-white. So this is any amount equal to number of creatures you control of the chosen type. So if I have a lot of rabbits or whatever. This is just a 2-mana 2/3. And if something leaves without dying, I get a counter on a creature. So if I like bounce it or exile it. So I don't really love that card. I kind of want to just take the rabbit response. I mean, this is just a 2-mana 2/3, so I'm probably just going to take it as like a stats block. And then try to wheel rabbit response. Hunter's Talent is next. Really good removal spell. Can also turn your creatures a little bit better. I'm just trying to think about whether or not I should have taken the +2/+1 for my team card over the 3-tree Scribe. I think the Scribe's going to be better. Just like a nice, consistent, big creature for turn 2 as a play. Okay. There's a Driftgloom Coyote, which I do think is good. A nice little way to like slow your opponent down or even just come back into the game. And then there's a Builder's Talent, which I don't think is great. Non-creature, non-land, permanent. So anything that's not a creature, you can get a counter. But I don't really have those, so I have like Feather of Flight. It's good with like Bumbleflower Shearpot. Where's the card I wanted? The other is. I need to make sure I clicked on the Driftgloom Coyote. I definitely want that one. I like this guy too. He's a 3-mana 1/2, so he's kind of small, but he ramps you, gets you some value. Maybe I'd rather just play the Nettle Guard. My deck isn't really a slow deck. It's kind of a fast deck. But ramping out like my big guys still seems good. So I'm just going to take this guy still, I think. Wow, Helga, you don't say. When you cast a creature with mana 4 or greater, gain a life, put a counter on Helga. There's so many good cards for me in this pack. I do have the Wild Guide and the Heaped Harvest to help me splash Helga. But like I could also just take the Hazardous Herbalist. Or just this guy. I think I'm just going to take this guy. I really just want to try Helga out. I'm just going to take Helga. How many chances am I going to get to take a good Helga deck? So it's a 1-mana 2/1, or I can get an extra one. And then there's also this guy. There's also this guy. I'll just take this as an aggressive creature. The Herbalist is also good. Perfect. I really like this guy in my deck. I almost took it at one pack. Well, we wield the Bark Knuckle Boxer. That's pretty good. I'm less likely to need the Life Creed duos. The Helga pick was probably not good, but I really want to try this card at some point. And it's a mythic rare, so you don't see a good opportunity for it. And yeah, that was pretty much the logic there. The 1/4 is almost certainly better in my deck, giving my stuff indestructible and such. I actually do like this combat trick a lot. Builder's Talent, the synergy with other Builder's Talents. I might not even play the Helga. Rabbit Response didn't wheel last time, and I really do need it for my deck. So I'm not going to take the chance. I'm just trying to think about where Helga fits in the format. Maybe a blue-green deck. Well, I think I want Hop to it over Banishing Light. Hop to it's just awesome. Makes tokens, does everything I want. It's another Warren Elder. I mean, this draft is like, I'm just taking like the best card for my like token strategy every pack now. Which, don't get me wrong, leaves me with a pretty sweet deck. I am going to take Intrepid Rabbit over the second Rabbit Response. That could be wrong. But Intrepid Rabbit is like a token enabler and like a really good payoff. Might try the Helga. I have a little bit of fixing. Perfect card. Love Head of the Homestead. This card's funny because it only buffs mice, so it doesn't work with the rabbits, but Head of the Homestead is so good. I think you're just happy to play this in any green deck, any white deck. It's like the hybrid mana makes it so flexible. Like there's some decks that like let you exile things and return them to play. This is perfect to do that with. It's great with token synergies. It makes 3 bodies for 1 card. It's going to be my key piece of my Helga synergy package. Mm-hmm. Do I want another Nettle Guard? Or my first Nettle Guard, I guess. No, I don't really target stuff. I'll just take another Heaped Harvest. Then my Helga is pretty much enabled. Heirloom Epic is pretty sweet, too. I don't think I'm going to wheel it, but it would be sweet. I get another Banishing Light. Perfect. I now have the perfect amount of sources for the Helga that I wanted. Like my Helga has now got 2 harvests to get an island. 1 island, so that's a 3rd source, and the Wild Guide can get blue mana. Builder's Talent also getting a lot better. Though Builder's Talent, if this was a more defensive deck, then Builder's Talent might actually be useful, but it's not going to actually get played for me. I don't think I want random individual combat tricks. I don't know if I want random Shrike Force either. It's just awesome. It's probably just better than Druid of the Spade. This hits like a truck when I have tokens, but I often will. Well, the Tree Guard duo looks great. Actually, I'm just going to take this land. Yeah, the Helga's probably not worth it. I just wanted to see if I could maybe find a use for it. I missed out on like a 1/4 guy for it. I still think the Lookout's worth playing, though. I don't like the Feather of Flight. Need to add 1 card. Maybe it is Life Greed Duo. Just get me a little bit of extra life. I think that should be pretty good. I don't know if I want the Druids of the Spade. I think I'm just going to try it like this. Helga seems sweet, though, when I have 5, 6... I have like 6 creatures I can use because of my 7 creatures. Because of my... Oh, no, the creature doesn't have... No, it has mana value 4 or greater when you cast it, I think. No, because of the Offspring. I don't know exactly how that interacts with Offspring, but... I think I'm just going to run it like this, and I will see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. It really does make a big difference, and it really helps me continue making as many videos as I do. If you're interested in becoming a patron, you gain access to some cool rewards when you do become a patron, like my card-by-card draft tier list for Bloomburrow, where I've graded every single card in the set on an A through F scale, as well as a new Patreon reward, the Format Thoughts Doc, which is where I keep track of a bunch of thoughts I have on the format, like individual cards, the archetypes, big picture, things like that, and that'll help you really get a leg up on the format as well. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who do support at the credits level. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. But without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome. We're on the play. We've got a perfect hand. I'm really optimistic about this one. We're going to be playing 5 matches, so I'll get a good sample size with the deck, but also like get to try a bunch of new decks in this early access event. I've got like the Dream 2-3-4 combo here. So it's other bats, lizards, rats, stuff. Sure. They're naming squirrel. Wow, they're attacking me? That's insane. This is like the dream start. Next turn I can play Rabbit Response and maybe just win. This is going well. I think we've got him. Nice! Victory! Woo! Oh, that was smooth. That was so smooth. Okay, I definitely don't want to splash and jeopardize that smoothness. That was great. Okay, welcome to another round. I'm actually interested to see how the duo performs in a deck that maybe it's not like designed for potentially. But I've found that I can sometimes struggle to just like stabilize on the draw. It's nice that I won't have to maybe jeopardize like my tokens. I can keep them around to like make the most use of my Warren Elder and such. I think what I'm going to do is play this Lookout and try to trade the Lookout for the Nettle Guard. So maybe I'll just try to trade these. This seems like an okay trade. I might not be able to block. That's the thing I'm thinking. Like, I'll block with the Lookout, because the Lookout's not important to my strategy. And also, it looks like I like, kind of forced them to waste their mana. Like, they didn't play a card. So maybe they only have things that, like, target their Nettle Guard. So in my mind, they have a couple lands, a couple things that target, and, like, not a cheap creature. So, not blocking last turn was pretty good. I'm really happy I have the Life Creed duo, actually. So now I will block, because if they have a 4-drop, they won't get to play it if they use their trick or whatever, their stupid, like, mouse card. And this has already got me some value. And I just get to trade? Well, that's huge. Okay. Okay, I think Druid of the Spade is actually really, really good. Like, in green-white, like, specifically. Not really outside of that as much, but, like, it's a 3-mana 4/3 trampler. Yep. I'm ready for you, opponent. Hit me for 5 again. I'm ready. I have 6, 9, 10, 11 power in play, and a Warren Elder to buff them all. Well, that's terrifying. Really bad for me, actually. Okay, I'm going to lose this game. I've accepted that part now. Gosh darn it. Warren War Leaders messed up. They get 2 triggers. Luckily, if they choose to make the rabbits, I can, like, block it. So they might just give +2/+2. Mm-hmm. Okay. So do I want to pretend that I can beat a combat trick? Let's just act like they have nothing. Well, we gave it our best shot. If they hadn't had a way to kill both of our guys, I think, might have been able to win. Fortunately, we did not draw well enough to win. We need to draw one more. We need to draw a kill spell for that Warren guy. The Warren guy is just, like, absurdly strong and is impossible to beat unless you kill it, pretty much. I think not blocking there was the correct choice. But them having that kill spell to kill both of our tokens was, or our token and our big guy, was just too good. Yeah, we needed just more action. Like, more spells. Okay, on the draw, we don't have both of our colors. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this is better. I'm going to get rid of the druid because it kind of needs a little bit more help. Blue red, eh? So if they try to kill my stuff, the recruit actually does help a little bit. And this is a combo too. This is an annoying ability. Like, they try to kill my guy, I get to buff up this thing. If they try to kill this thing, I get to buff up this guy. They're going to want to kill the Driftgloom Coyote. Hazed. They have another Rabid Gnaw. Yeah, it looks like it. So the clicking on the graveyard is a bit messed up. Oh, they discarded Eddy Mark Crab. Sure. I can do an extra, so I can do 4. I'm doing 2, 4, 5 to them now, or I can do 4, 8, 12 to them. So I can do an extra 7 damage. No, 6 damage, an extra 6 damage. I think I might need this for defense. Like, there's like a 3-mana deal 4 in this set. I guess I'm only playing around that one specific card, but it feels like I might need to. Okay, so I get to now, my target has been identified. I will be exiling the Shrike Force. So now if they do kill my guy, I get back a creature. So it's like kind of a 2-for-1 back in my favor here. So this can kill the Kindle Spark duo, and then I can just start hitting them. So I don't even think the Strike Force comes back now. Oh, the developments. The twists and turns. It loses all its abilities, so it doesn't even come back. Oh, thank goodness they don't have the counterspell. If they had the counterspell, I would have just lost on the spot here. It feels like it, maybe. Just keep chipping away at the life total. The life greed do has been pretty good here. Gained me a lot of life. Oh no. Rust Shield Rampager's about to die, I can tell. This has been a crazy game. Just back and forth and back and forth. Wow, they're gifting it to me? Am I dead? Little combo there. Can sack this to gain some life. This is a nice little synergy. Though, to be fair, if they'd killed that thing, I didn't have a way to kill something else. I just knew they didn't have a kill spell, or they would have killed my 1/1 and I wouldn't have been able to jump in, so I would have lost. Oh, I do get the Strike Force back. Unexpected. Haha! The rabbit response was going to be enough to win the game in the end. Nice! Oh my gosh, that one was back and forth. Also, good to know on the interaction with the food thing. I assumed it would lose all its abilities, but I guess not. And I probably would have played my turns differently if I'd known I could get my guy back for 2 mana. Anyway, got the win. Feels good. On the precipice of securing a winning record. Because as I think I might have said, but I have been doing in this early access event, I would play 5 rounds to get maximum experience with the deck while balancing trying a bunch of new decks and trying new things. So we have 2 rounds to go, and we have a 2-1 record. So I'm quite pleased with that. Definitely a nice spot to be. I feel like this deck, I'm really starting to implement some of the stuff I've seen in the format so far. Some of the strategies that I've had seen be good against me. The green-white deck is one that I really wanted to try because it looked good against me, even without needing rares and mythics and stuff. Early game cards, the duo is just overperformer of the format for me so far. The life gain from that card was so relevant that game. I played it on turn 2. It gained me 6 life that game, and that was a difference maker. So, yeah. Welcome to another round, another great hand. We'll keep it. We need to hit a land, but 2-drop into 3-drop into 4-dropper potentially. Ooh. Just gonna play the Scribe to start. It hits a little harder. This is another potentially aggressive line. I could play the Strike Force instead, but this thing hits way harder if I hit a land. I could have just attacked with both, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm playing a deck that benefits from having a huge board state for both sides. Looks like they're trying to set up forage. That's what this says to me. Like, oh. Because trading a 3-2 Death Touch for a 2-3 is just bad. Like, from a stats perspective, it's bad. So they're saying, oh, I want to have a third card in my graveyard so I can play a forage card. And I'm like, I don't want to let that happen, so I'll just take 3. Speaking of which, clearly what they were saying is that they wanted to deal damage to me so they could play their Thoughtstalker Warlock. Oh, you can't win! Oh, I thought they had like the 2-4 that forages to draw a card with reach. I feel like that's like a more logical conclusion a lot of the time, but you know. Okay, well, we'll play this guy. I'm kind of shocked they took this card, not gonna lie. So their forage card is so good they're willing to throw away a Thoughtstalker Warlock for it. Or they just have a combat trick. Hoping for the best. This isn't going to work out very well for me when they do have a combat trick, but yeah. I'll just toast this game no matter what because I didn't hit my land drops. It's okay. I accept the fact that that's going to happen some percentage of the time. You just, like, can't play the game. But yeah. Feels tough. I haven't really been able to like really like string together some wins together and just get some momentum, but yeah, we'll do better in the last round. Okay, welcome to the final round. We'll keep this. Hoping to draw planes naturally, but if I have to play this and hope that this finds a planes, I'll do that. If this doesn't find a planes, I'll just accept the fact that I'm doomed. Yes! Woo! That was lucky. I have 8 planes, so had a good shot, but... And then this thing was like mostly likely to find a planes, but things are going great for me now. They can't even play a counterspell. This is going to be a really good land for me. White-blue flyers. Just don't give them an option to make the trade. Just, like, guarantee the damage. Can hit them for 4. This thing can start making fish. And the fish don't even lose me life because the duo is, like, a combo with that. Oh, and they get to tap something. That's cute. Bloomburrow Mentor is insane, so we're not going to let that happen. I'm feeling pretty good about my odds here. Every time I make a fish, I gain a life. I could even make treasures, but that's useless here. Wow, they have another Bloomburrow? That's crazy. Okay. I see what you're up to. Clever, clever. I could just sacrifice this thing, but I will just wait. Play the fish game. Sure. Six, seven. So are they dead? They can block my 3 biggest things, so 1, 2, 3 damage, and they take 6, so not quite dead. They'll block there. Block there. They'll take 2. They'll go to 7. If I attacked with everything, they'd go block. 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 4, 7, 6, 8. I'm not gonna... I'll let him use a removal spell on the Warren Elder. And then next turn I'll have double pump available. Fountain Port is like keeping me in the game. If this was a Plains, I would be in so much trouble. Okay, so they can get back a Bloomburrow Mentor now. This is the card that is good against the Vanishing Light. So let's just say they have a way to kill this thing and they have a way to kill one of my tapped creatures. So let's just say they can kill 2 things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. They have 4 blockers. And they can get 2 counters onto something. I'm shocked they put it on that thing. Sure, my Warren Elder is down. Oh, no, it's not down. This is such an aggressive attack. Maybe I should have blocked with my Clifftop Lookout. Attack with everything. They block 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. They take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Can't cast non-creatures. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I could have pumped it again, even. I wonder why they thought I wouldn't attack. Maybe they just couldn't beat the attack, and so they just attacked into the, like, okay, I'll do this, but, like, yeah. Nice! Securing a 3-2 feels real good. Feels very nice. Especially because some of those losses were pretty demoralizing. But yes, got there. In the end, 3-2, nice record for a very solid deck. We had not a lot of high rarity cards. We only had the Tender Wild Guide and the Paw Patch Recruit. So like a couple of like our early picks in the draft. I guess the Fountain Port was super clutch that game. So really cool to see a very synergistic deck. The Warren Elder was fantastic there. Rabbit Response would have been good in that spot too. And just really getting some nice power out of our commons and uncommons. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again to Wizards for letting me record this early. If you made it to the end, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag port, because the port was so clutch and helped us win that last game. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.